it's Kristen over here at Lost and Found Mercantile and Wear Mass. And happy Thirsty Thursday. Dennis is behind the camera. Cheers, buddy. So we're starting a new kind of thing where we're going to do some videos live from the shop Thursday evenings, painting with Dixie Belle. Thirsty Thursday. Some weeks it might be herbal tea, and some weeks it might be a cider. Who knows? So anyways, I wanted to we started this little vanity last week. So I wanted to talk to you about what our next step is. We already cleaned it. We bossed it, Block's Odor Seal Stain, because the mahogany was creeping through the tannins. And we did 2 coats in buttercream.
Hi, Heather Scott.
Oh, hi, Heather Scott. How are you, Heather? So now I just taped it off, and I kind of eyeballed it. I used this blue tape, painter's tape, and I just started in the middle. And then I took 2 widths of it, like this, to space off in between each one, because I didn't want it to look like a circus tent stripey thing. I just want it like a little bit more, you know, thicker stripes and thinner stripes. And we're gonna just see how it comes out. So I put the tape on. I didn't want to bore you guys putting it on camera, so I just put it on, and now I'm just sealing the tape down, and with a little bit of the paint, which is, I'm using buttercream, which is the base color. And what I realized was, because I always change my mind when I start painting a piece, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, and this piece kind of like changed direction in my mind. So when I decided to do stripes and to do wider stripes, I would have been better and probably used less paint if I used vintage duck egg first as the base coat, because that's going to be the wider stripes, right? And then, so then the thin stripes, I would have just come in and done the tape the opposite way and just done thin stripes, and I would have done that in the buttercream. So, yeah, but I just wasn't sure what I was going to do. I knew I wanted to use those 2 colors. I love those colors together. It's a really nice, pretty combination. So I figured, well, let's just do some stripes. And so we're going to do some stripes, and I'm going to let it dry overnight. And then instead of waiting till next Thursday, we'll be on to another project by then. Like, this was a long week waiting because I just wanted to get this painted already. Tomorrow, I'm going to come on probably, you know, real quick. If I don't do it tomorrow night, I'll do it Saturday sometime. And I'm just going to put a couple pieces of a transfer over it. I'm going to sand it, distress it a little bit, put some transfers over it, and then you guys are going to help me decide the next step. Because there's a drawer and a bench, so we're going to help, you guys are going to help me decide if it should be buttercream or vintage duck egg. Sometimes I like to wait until the project's almost done to decide on those final colors. I kind of know what I want to do, but I kind of want to see it first. So you can use a brush to do this too. I just used my fingers. It's just as easy. And it's Dixie Belle paint, so it's soap and water cleanup. There's no VOCs. It's not harmful or any of that stuff. So here's our vintage duck egg. I poured some out in a cup. And I'm going to start with the round brush. Oh, this is the oval medium. It's a Dixie Belle synthetic brush. It's an oval medium. It's got an awesome top on there. It's just perfectly picks up all your paint and deposits it. And I like it. It's a shorter handle, which is great. Yes, Dennis?
Melissa Butterfield.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I can't read her. I have no glasses with me.
Oh, he has no glasses. We have to get him some cheaters. He's got 2 cider glasses, but not cheater glasses. So I'm going to start on this side because I started on this side first. I'm just going to add a little water because this paint is just a little bit thick. So I'm just going to paint over. Isn't that color so pretty? Every time I use vintage duck egg, I'm like, it's such a classic color. It's got greens, blues, and grays in it, so it goes with a lot of colors and styles. And I'm not as concerned about the sides here because I might end up doing that a solid color too. But when you're painting stripes, you kind of want to brush away from the tape line. But we did seal it down, so it's not as big of a deal, but it's still just kind of better to go away from the tape line. That way you're not pushing any paint underneath the tape. But it's okay, you guys, if it's not perfect, because we are going to distress it. We can always dress it up a little bit with a little artist brush for those, you know, fine tooth areas. But for right now, we are just gonna have fun painting.
Melissa painted a vintage duck egg.
Oh, Melissa, what did you paint?
Big rocker on the front porch.
Oh, nice. Is it a comfortable rocker? It's nothing like sitting on the front porch, rocking away your troubles, solving the world's problems. You know what's funny? Rockers are really making a comeback. I don't know what it is. Has anybody else noticed that? For years, I could not sell a rocker, but now rockers are flying out of the store. Maybe it means we're going back to a simpler time, which is nice. So we met so many nice people today that came into the store. It's so nice meeting you guys in person. It's really a great benefit of being in a storefront is getting to meet all our local folks that come in. And we love doing the Facebooks because we kind of get to meet you guys that don't live locally. Like Melissa, where does Melissa live?
Richard Pion.
Hey, Richard! ¿Qué onda? Richard's our dear friend from Texas. This is where Dennis and I are gonna retire, right, Denny?
Mm-hmm.
We want to become winter Texans.
Melissa lives in Florida.
Hey, Florida! Wouldn't mind retiring there either. So I'm putting it on kind of heavy because it's what? Look at this. This is like one coat coverage. I don't think we're gonna have to do another coat of the vintage duck egg. And I love how the oval medium, it just covers so much area so nicely. I love this brush. So nice. I use the mini a lot, but I love using this one too. So one of the things when you use tape is, like I didn't measure it, you guys. I kind of used the width of the tape as a guide. And because I'm not so exact or perfect, it doesn't bother me if it's slightly off kilter one way or the other because it's hand painted. And to me, it kind of looks better when you have those hand painted details. Not deliberately, but you know, if everything's perfect, then it kind of can look like a factory finish sometimes. And that's a nice look too. It's just, maybe I don't have the patience to measure out the stripes. I don't know. I just thought it was going to be fun to get some paint on here with you guys. So anybody have any good weekend plans for Mother's Day? I got to take a break. I'm exhausted. Oh my gosh. This painting really makes a girl thirsty. We're actually open on Sunday. For a while at least, right, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
I know. We're going to take turns to hopefully spend time with some of our family that day. But we also know people are going to be out and about, and we don't want to disappoint anybody. So yeah, this paint is so easy to use. You see how it just glides on? And I'm not usually I will mist my bristles more on the second coat when I'm painting paint on top of paint. But this is just gliding right on. So there's a cute little bench that Dennis is actually leaning on that goes with it in a drawer. So I'm thinking I'll end up doing those in vintage duck egg. But I have already painted them in buttercream, but whoops, our rug is so colorful here. Usually I have a tarp down. Forgot that part. Sorry, Dan.
It'll blend right in.
It'll blend right in.
Sherry loves the colors.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty color.
Phoebe's on watching.
Hey girl, how's Phoebe doing? So let's see. I think we don't need a second coat. I think we're gonna be good. So one of the key things, I'm just gonna go around here. One of the key things is you wanna take the tape off when it's still wet. Otherwise, you really run the risk of it peeling a lot of the paint back. It doesn't mean it will, but it could, so I take that risk. All right. Yeah,
Phoebe's waiting for the little one to go to sleep.
Oh boy. That can be hard to do. Her daughter is so cute. my goodness. Little Daphne is such a doll. She's a very smart girl, that Daphne. I'm gonna put a little bit more on just because I love to paint. Just real light in the middle, I think. Not even much more. I'm gonna get that tape off, see what it looks like underneath. Yeah, so you could tape off other designs. You can stencil with this paint. It's really versatile. And it goes on so easy, as you can see. All right, guys, that's it. We're gonna start peeling the tape off. So, just gonna look for any drips. Look for any drips on the edges. I just saw one, but I just like to smooth it out. Okay. All right, this can be stressful and fun because what if it got all messed up? All right, let's see, you guys. Oh yeah, look at that crisp line. Can you see from there, Dan? This is the fun part. I wish you guys could like be here with me taking this off. Now remember, I am gonna sand it tomorrow because I don't want such crisp lines. I do want it, you know, a little bit roughed up in some places. Not too much, but just a little bit knocked down. And we're gonna put part of the Rose Celebration transfer on there, some really pretty flowers, just in a few random places. And then we'll seal it. Oh, I thought somebody was at the door. Then we'll seal it. So when you take it off, you do wanna lift your tape up and, you know, rip it off, but kind of lift it up. Because I paint it down this way, it is really better to grab it from this end as much as I can, as many as I can. So the paint's all going in the same direction. This guy's being stubborn. Okay. So yeah, you're just gonna lift it up like that. We got a little piece there, but that's okay. Come on, little guy. There. Like that guy's a lost cause. I'm gonna have to go from this side. Alrighty. But you could do any type of color combinations. Alright, so I might do the sides. This is the last one. Alrighty. So now all the tape's off. We're just gonna let it dry. What I will do is, I don't know how well you can see it. Like I just like to, like right here, I'm not like right here, I'll probably fill that in with an artist brush, but I'm also gonna sand it, so I might wait till I sand it. And you know what, I was going to do the sides all one color, but I really like it with the lines. So I'm gonna keep it with the lines. So what I'm gonna do next, you guys, not tonight because I wanna let this dry overnight, I'm gonna take a really fine sanding sponge, and this is one of the 220 grit sanding sponges, but I've used it a lot. It's so soft, feel how soft it is, right? So it barely takes anything off, and you're just knocking the paint down a little bit. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna show you the bench. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Then we're gonna put a couple rose transfers on here. Then we'll seal it. And this is the bench. So I had already, and I have a cute little drawer for it too. So tomorrow I have to decide whether we do the bench in the drawer in Vintage Duck Egg, or keep it buttercream, or do one way, one the other way. So if you guys have an opinion, let me know in the comments, because I do read them all, and I like to hear your guys' opinions. It means a lot to me, and I do consider them. So you guys might help me be able to decide, do we keep it buttercream, or do we paint it Vintage Duck Egg? How should we do the bench? I thought stripes on both were too much. So I even thought, well, maybe Vintage Duck Egg on the top and just the legs buttercream. I wasn't sure. So maybe you guys will tell me what you think. I would love that. And I hope you all are having a great Thursday night. If you have any questions about this project or about painting anything with Dixie Belle, you can message me, come into the shop and talk to us. We love our customers so much. Thank you guys for watching, and happy Thursday. Bye.